Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Raw Ring Report on the Pro Wrestling Show here on YouTube on Connect TV. As you see right here, these three important segments and stuff. Brock Lesnar, the former WWE champion, makes a rare appearance on Monday Night Raw. What is Brock Lesnar agenda heading towards his huge match against Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, at SummerSlam for the undisputed title? The clash in the last man standing. What Brock Lesnar has to say coming up. Also, too, the Almighty Bobby Lashley, the new United States champion, issues an open challenge for his U.S. title. Who's going to step up and take on Bobby Lashley in this unique U.S. Championship open match? Plus, Theory, the Money in the Bank winner, takes on the man that could have been the Money in the Bank winner, but Theory came in the last second during the last final moments of that Money in the Bank briefcase and won the whole shebang and won the thing to change his whole life and done that. He takes on Riddle 1-on-1. Plus, two, a huge Raw Women's Championship match as Carmella gets another rematch against Bianca Belair. Will Carmella get the job done and become the new Raw Women's Champion? We'll see about that. And Finn Balor of the Judgment Day taking on Rey Mysterio. Finn Balor has a unique message that he wants to send out to Rey's son Dominic. He wants to send out. We'll get to this and all as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Diggs here for your Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show here for Monday Night Raw. Well, it was normally we'll come on after Raw, but I was a little bit tired, but I'm here now this morning. And we thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show here on YouTube, on Connect TV, on YouTube. I meant to say that. And we thank you all. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a Pro Wrestling Show we have for you. And then coming up to on Hot Topics, The Rock, the Brahma Bull, hosts Shark Week. What does The Rock got to do with Shark Week? We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show, as well as Mongo met Michael. And we want to wish him the best of luck. We'll talk about that, as well as Killer Cross will be one of the main acts in the Ric Flair's last match show. So Killer Cross, a huge talent. Yeah, I'm surprised that he ain't re-signed him by now. I don't know what's going on. And Booker T's in phenomenal shape right here. Booker T wearing something that he wore almost nearly 25 years ago. Wow. And to Mick Foley. We'll talk about him on Hot Topics, as well as Jordan Grace doubling down what she said. And I don't know why she said what she said. It was a little bit stupid and ignorant on her part, but we'll get to that in a little later. All right. Let's get to the Monday Night Raw Ring Report. Monday Night Raw kicked off with you know who, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, the former WWE Champion. Brock Lesnar looking forward to his match at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar looking to get his hands on Roman Reigns, hopefully for the very last time. We thought the last time was at WrestleMania when they unified both world championships. Well, I guess that didn't work out in WWE's plans. Well, Brock Lesnar made a return to WWE tonight and called Roman Reigns a hog that he does in his slaughterhouse. And Brock Lesnar making known that he is here and he is ready. Brock Lesnar Cowboy Brock Lesnar, whatever you want to call him, he came out there charging the fans. Brock Lesnar came out there with a vengeance until Theory came out there and remember Brock Lesnar about what happened at Elimination Chamber earlier this year, which Brock Lesnar didn't care what about with Theory, but it could be a possibility that Theory could cash in his briefcase at Brock Lesnar to get revenge on what Brock Lesnar did to him at Elimination Chamber to win the WWE title. We'll see. Paul Heyman, the special counsel to the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, came out there and said Roman's going to do all he can to destroy Brock Lesnar in their huge anticipated match at SummerSlam in a last man standing match. So I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know if Brock's going to Roman. This is going to be the last match. I don't believe it or not, but who knows? Well, Brock Lesnar made an example until American Alpha came out there, especially Otis of all people. Otis came out there and tried to think he can take down Brock Lesnar. Otis had to be mistaken. Brock Lesnar came out there and F5 Otis into the announce table, leaving Otis down and out to the count. Even went after Otis tag team partner Chad Gable and railed him through the ram him through the steel steps over and over again. I guess Brock Lesnar means business, and Brock Lesnar, when you got Brock Lesnar in a trap door or a trap lock, he means business. Brock Lesnar looking forward to his match against Roman Reigns. I don't know what Paul Heyman is going to do. Paul Heyman is a great strategist, but he's going to have to strategize a little bit harder. Even Theory becoming a unique strategist as well, ducking and trying to see when he can cash in at the right moment and at the right time. Look for that to happen. Brock Lesnar getting his hands on Roman Reigns and probably get his hands on Theory. And I want him to get his hands on Heyman and do the same thing. I mean, Brock Lesnar is out there and he's looking for a vengeance. And for Brock Lesnar to do what he did, you know Brock Lesnar mean business. And we'll see this match between Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam late this month. So look forward to seeing that as well. Also, too, the Judgment Day came out there. We know that the Judgment Day was going to happen. Rey Mysterio was going to take on Finn Balor. Finn Balor came out there alongside Damian Priest. The New Judgment Day came out there, and I guess they wanted to they sold Edge's music and everything else. I be damn. It just ain't unique no more. Well, Judgment Day between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and they battled each other for the U.S. title late last year. Ain't that something? Well, hopefully they do something for Finn Balor. Well, Finn Balor and Damian Priest tried to celebrate Rey Mysterio's 20th anniversary in WWE. It's been nearly 20 years since Rey Mysterio debuted in WWE. When he took on Chavo Guerrero, I can remember it like it was yesterday. Took on Chavo Guerrero, made his debut, and they did the vignettes. Who's that jumping out the sky? And Rey came out there, but they've turned their attention to Rey's son Dominic, to him to join the Judgment Day, and convinced him, hey, Rey's not doing nothing. It's been 20 years. He's washed up. He's a has-been. Well, Rey went against Finn Balor. Finn Balor and Rey had a unique match, but at the end, Finn Balor won with the coup de grace, and they was trying to tease to Dominic, hey, join us, join your father. So it's a possibility that who knows, Dominic could join these two and create a form of alliance. Only time will tell on that. With Dominic, they've been teasing that Dominic and Rey with the tension and stuff for a couple of months now, and they haven't pulled the trigger. Maybe this time is now to pull the trigger if they're gonna do it. But we just had to wait and see on that one. Also, too, the man, Becky Lynch, big time Becky Lynch came out there to observe and watch the women's championship match between Carmella and Bianca Belair. Carmella and Bianca Belair. Big time Bex came out there to observe. Big time Bex wants to get her name back into the women's championship that she lost at WrestleMania to Bianca. And Bianca and Becky Lynch made a interesting note that she wants a women's championship match, and she demands one at SummerSlam. Well, she says she beat Asuka in a good classic no holds barred match. I thought that could have been the match at SummerSlam to lead to a number one contender match. It's like with WWE, sometimes they do these things short lived on Raw and SmackDown, and you think like save it for the big matches like SummerSlam to gain more interest to the next month. Like she could have went against Asuka at SummerSlam and continued that feud, and then at the next pay per view, Clash at the Castle, challenge Bianca for the women's championship at SummerSlam. You know, storyline, long term storyline booking. I just don't get why WWE don't do that. But that's their prerogative. Well, Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, came out there with pomp and circumstances and stuff. We'll get to what she's been up to on Hot Topics as well. She and TBS champion Jay Cargill, both women's champions, were on site at the NASCAR event. I don't know where they was at NASCAR, but hey, each his own. Well, Becky issued that she wants to be the next champion and challenge Bianca for the championship, but Bianca had her attention focused on Carmella one on one. Bianca, we thought Bianca lost her championship, but she didn't. Um, Carmella thought she was the new women's champion, but Becky had distracted her, and Carmella is not the women's champion. She won the women's championship by disqualification. But I can see this at SummerSlam. Either they make this match a triple threat match between Becky, Bianca, and Carmella, or they're gonna do. I'm believing they're gonna do that. That's gonna be the only way. I thought Oscar would have been added in, but Oscar's too occupied trying to do something with tag team. But look for their triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Becky Lynch and Carmella, who has a gripe about being the next women's champion. But we'll see that in the near future. But you can tell I'm a Becky Lynch fan. Becky Lynch can sell. She can sell. She speaks her mind, and I like that about Becky Lynch. Speaking of that, Logan Paul. Logan Paul saying that he's going to return to Monday Night Raw next week to confront the Miz on what with the Miz, and I guess he's gonna issue a challenge to the Miz at SummerSlam between them. So Logan Paul sent this video message saying that he's gonna confront him one way or another at SummerSlam. They're gonna have that match at SummerSlam. Logan Paul teamed up with the Miz earlier at WrestleMania to take on Mysterios, and Logan Paul did impressive and stuff. I guess he's redeeming himself for all the bad things he done on YouTube and stuff. And he wants this match against Miz one way or another. And Miz told Logan that either they go as a tag team and challenge for the tag team titles, or he's going to do something more devastating to Logan Paul. So we'll see on that coming forward and stuff. What else happened? What the Alexa Bliss? Alexa Bliss teamed up with Asuka to take on Nikki Ash and Doudrop. Could WWE be planting the seeds that these two women could be heading for their vacated tag team titles ever since Sasha Banks and Naomi left and were suspended and script of their women's tag team championships? Only time will tell on that. We'll see how they'll do coming forward in the near future and stuff with how that's gonna play out. Also, too, our truth was in action. Him and them, him and the Street Profits took on almost looking like a giant. I don't know what they're gonna do with almost. They could have almost do like a I don't know like a be like Big John Studd. Someone slams them, they can't slam them the way they want to slam them. So that could be a possibility. We could see that heading towards that way, but almost the mighty giant looking dominant as well. But you can tell on that um feature and stuff. Also, too, there was a tag team. It was scheduled to be Theory versus Austin Theory versus Matt Riddle, but that match later got scheduled to a tag team match as Seth Rollins teamed up with Theory to take on Bobby Lashley, U.S. champion, and Matt Riddle. I'm assuming Seth Rollins was gonna go for the U.S. title in the Open Challenge, and they changed it and stuff. Um, I'm assuming that was gonna happen, but it did after someone came out there, unsuspected guest. Dolph Ziggler came out there, and Dolph Ziggler came out there to I guess sit down and reserve the match. And all of a sudden, Bobby Lashley and Riddle won, but Dolph Ziggler came out of nowhere and super kicked Theory, left Theory out lay. I don't know what's going on with that. And we'll just have to wait and see what's going on with that. Dolph Ziggler making an incredible statement. We'll see what's gonna transcribe in that match between Dolph Ziggler and also too Ciampa win against AJ Styles. That should have been a SummerSlam match right there, but it just WWE just fumbled the ball as they normally do. I don't know what's going on. And then you got Vince McMahon creation, Vince McMahon revision, and he's all over the place. It's just like he's not focused. He's focused on this lawsuit against him, but it is what it is. But we're gonna leave you with this that image as you see right here. Um Dolph Ziggler kicking Theory. We don't know what's going on. We'll have to wait and see the matter coming up. All right. That ends the Raw Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. All right. On Wrestling Hot Topics this week, The Rock, the Brahma Bull, begins Shark Week. As him being the master of ceremonies, we don't know what The Rock's going to do. I guess he's going to do something with his $7 Productions. So something he's going to have a special. He's going to be dealing with sharks. I know that for a fact. And all of them going to be dealing with sharks on their platform across. Even the AEW is going to be dealing with sharks as well. So we look forward to seeing that. Plus, too, Fight has the 3-part series of the Nature Boy Ric Flair of his last match set to debut on July 11th. Nature Boy Ric Flair on Fight with his 3-part series. I try to look for it. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully I'm gonna see it and watch it for myself to see what it's all about. Leading towards Starcast, and I'm gonna order that pay-per-view. Why not? Just to see Ric Flair in last match, and he has an impressive card. And you ask me, a card that many people want never see ever again, but it's really impressive to say that once again. Plus, you speaking of Ric Flair, former Horseman teammate Margot McMichael was dealing with ALS. We want to send our well wishes to Margot. ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, the serious disease. And, our thoughts and prayers are with Mongo. I can remember when Mongo came on WCW Nitro and Kevin Sullivan attacked Hogan went being dressed as a grandma. He said, "Grandma just came out of it." I said, "What?" He had me laughing. But on a serious note, this ALF, this is very serious. Mongo McMichael looking a little bit frail, but he's in good spirits, and we want to send our spirits out to Mongo and stuff, because I know ALS and stuff is a real serious disease. We want to send our thoughts and prayers to Mongo McMichael at this time. Also, too, um, Naomi saying, Lizzo sent something, and you know what I'm saying, we're doing some lucha things, and I don't know what that means. I guess, just can't give an indication Naomi living her life. She got stripped of the WWE Tag Team Women's Tag Team titles. She don't care. Naomi living her life and living her life the way she wanted it. And more power to her on that note. Also, too, WWE Women's Champion Bianca Belair and TBS Women's Champion AEW's own Jade Cargill were out and about in Atlanta Motor Speedway celebrating promotion. I don't know how both women got there. I know NBC with Bianca, but Jade got there, and you know they didn't show Jade on nowhere on BC TV to be on site, and Jade was just out there promoting for AEW, and I guess Bianca promoting for WWE. So both women's champions were you know, out and about and showcasing themselves and stuff to get themselves going in the match. Got new background music we're gonna show you and stuff. Also, too, Nia Jax, who hasn't been around for a long time. Nia Jax got new hair, new look, pink hair. I don't know what that's gonna be all about, but she ain't been wrestling lately. So hey, hopefully Nia Jax will get back in the WWE or find some work to do to get back in it. I guess some people be like, well, some people be glad she got canned because she was boxing. So we'll see that. Also, too, WWE on A&E missed the Undertaker's legend. Hope to see it sometime this week. We know next week's Goldberg, so I'm looking forward to seeing Goldberg. The Bella Twins, I don't know why they got a biography special. And Kurt Angle, looking forward to see Kurt Angle. Part of my favorite wrestlers, Kurt Angle. Stuff like that. So we'll see on what's going on with that. Also, too, the Bookman, Booker T. Booker T showcases got the same physique. He's been training in the gym. Booker T has been showcased, I guess, his reality wrestling show. Recent taping, Booker T wearing the same outfit that he did a couple years ago, nearly 25 years ago. Booker T showcasing that he wants to get back in the ring. I guess he can get back in the ring in his own company. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll have to see on that with Booker T and stuff. So Booker T is in great shape. I can tell you that right now. He looks in peak condition. Like he's ready to go. He looks like he was ready to go in that match. Also, too, Jordan Grace, who sent a statement about Chris Benoit. We know everybody knows the ordeal about Chris Benoit murdering his own family and then himself in that double murder suicide nearly 15 years ago. Well, we know that Benoit, she said that Chris Benoit couldn't lace up his boots with the today's generation. A lot of people was upset by that, but we get that, and I get that. Chris Benoit, the wrestler, was a good wrestler. He was a tremendous wrestler, but what he did outside his personal life, no one cannot, even him can't escape what he did. That was unexcusable for what he did to kill his own family, kill himself, stuff like that. But she went on social media to double down what she had said. And she tried to make up with everybody, including Benoit's son, David. I guess everything's all good and well, but comments like that, we get what you're trying to say, but at the same time, you don't know Chris Benoit. You didn't know what he was going through. You just know the story. So we get that what he did was wrong of killing his own family, but we can't knock of him with his wrestling ability. We know that he's been blackballed because of that, because his overshadowing his wrestling abilities rather than people looking at the personal life, and I guess that's kind of like how the double sword of it goes. But I get what you were saying, but at the same time, WWE ain't gonna likely gonna put him in no Hall of Fame no time in it soon. No wrestling Hall of Fame. His wrestling abilities are that he should be celebrated for that, for his wrestling abilities, but he should not be celebrated for what he did in his personal life, killing his own family. Also, too, the hardcore legend Mick Foley. Mick Foley made an announcement that he's going to be pulling from his Pro Wrestling Tees merchandise and sign an exclusive deal with WWE to have his merchandise with WWE did. It's no brainer. WWE has the money. They gave Mick Foley more money than more access they ever would, taking those bumps for them. So Mick Foley made easy decision. So Mick Foley told folks that, this the Jordan Grace situation. We talked about Booker T. We talked about him. Who else did we not talk about? Yes, that's it. And Ring Honor got a new T-shirt line with their new logo. Ring Honor trying to get ready to celebrate their stuff coming up. All right. And we know we'll talk about that on AEW tonight. We know that Natalya is where we're going to end it with Natalya. Natalya was doing a house show until she had decided to go rogue. People think Natalya was going to walk out of the WWE. I guess it was just a storyline that's set up for that match. Natalya and Liv Morgan and Ronda. You can see what's they're going to go down too. So there's a lot going on with Natalya, but she made it seem that she's okay with it. It was just Natalya it was a miscommunication. Also, too, and finally, Killer Cross. He's gonna be part of the Ric Flair card, taking on David Boy Smith. Killer Cross had a recent interview talking about him and his wife Scarlett. They thought they were gonna be lifers in the WWE, but that didn't turn out to be the case. WWE released the former NXT champion, which I don't know why they did, but they could bring him back. Who knows? But Killer Cross, looking forward to the next chapter. A lot of people keep asking him, what about Impact? And he said he's never going to Impact Wrestling. Now, if I was running Impact Wrestling, I would change his mind, be like, who did you wrong? Who did you wrong? Who set you straight? And I'm thinking Scott D'Amore may have said something because he's still there. And that could be a possibility because Scott D'Amore was there when Killer Cross was there. Who knows? Maybe things in wrestling could work out. But I can see him being Impact champion, being MLW champion. I don't know what's going on, but he has done it as a champion and the NXT champion. But, never know. You got to do what's best for you and best for your family. So I understand what he's talking about. Who knows? I was in Impact. I would get on the phone right now immediately and see what is going on to bring him to Impact. I don't know what. Nothing against Josh Alexander, but I can see him against him for the World Championship. That's just my personal belief and stuff. All right. We're going to end with where we saw Ziggler and Austin Theory. That was the closing. But this is an amazing feat right here. Brock Lesnar, F5 and the oldest, onto the announce table. We're going to end it with the Pro Wrestling Show. We should see you later tonight for the Pro Wrestling Show's NXT Ring Report. Hopefully, all these matches on Raw and stuff. So we're going to end it with Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, taking down Otis and leaving Otis a full collapsing him into the ring. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you later tonight for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.